while. Folks, I've been busy.
That's right. I gotta go.
Good lord. But Lord's been in my heart the whole time.
Oh, that is Jeremy. That is our voice that is picking up. I'm like, it's only getting the music. Music's not playing, TJ. Come on. Pull it together.
More.
It's just Jeremy's voice is so melodic.
Mark.
You here, Mike?
I have grapes.
Ooh.
Got me.
Yeah, I'm here.
Jesus.
Sweet.
Oh my, don't yell at me. Your volume's not very loud.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Music. We don't have to be.
Grape shot?
Gotta get something healthy.
Take a little bunch, man. We're gonna do it. Because you won't. We had Father's Day, Mother's Day combo at / my husband's birthday at our house yesterday for the no
I
backside.
did the family tree thing again, and we need to have that for reference.
And my sister-in-law brought a bunch of fruit over, which is great. But I think she went to Costco for all these grapes. Because there are so many grapes. I'm not complaining. It's just a statement of fact.
Yeah.
I have, like 200% more grapes at home than this. This just scratched the surface of the amount of grapes I have in my big metal bowl. Hi, Bubba. How you doing?
That's interesting. I don't know. I've never cast the spell before. Word of Recall. You and up to 5 living creatures instantly teleport to a previously designated sanctuary. It has to be tied to my god, so it can either just have a setup in Balikar that we can always just blip back to as team.
Okay.
Or if I build a little shrine in my room, we can pop back into Mort's room. This is a 6th level spell. I know we're going into a social situation, and I think Mort knew that we were going into a social situation, so I'm picking social situation spells right now. So I don't need guaranteed.
I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope at a party that I don't need to cast a Firestorm.
But we have that chalk too. Oh, you weren't here for that. We have this magical chalk that you draw a door, and it has to sort of resemble a door that.
Have you seen Pan's Labyrinth?
No, I have seen Chalk Zone though.
Okay. It's like Harold and the Purple Crayon. You
Yeah.
draw a door, but it has to be by a door that you know. You have to be it's kind of like tree
thinking
stride.
of the door that you know.
Yeah.
And each one has 3 charges, 5 charges.
It's like dimension
It's 6
door that you
charges
draw.
and 4 charges, something like that.
Oh, your camera's not working.
Okay. That's fine. People don't need to see my face. My poor computer.
This one's Cora, right?
Yes.
Cora. Julia has never approached me before. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Catilia is the she's leave it alone. I'm pretty sure TJ's the only one that she lets get close.
Fair enough.
Dellen lately,
I'd catch like that.
and she cuddles with Saoirse. If
Okay.
Saoirse's on the couch, she's like, mine.
Warmth.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't mind if I do.
My son met a cat for the first time.
Whoa.
He's all about cats. Big fan of cats.
Real.
I get it.
Yeah.
I had never owned a cat until these two, and I get it. I understand why people are. They go crazy about them, but people like that about dogs too.
My cat's a jerk and I hate him.
But why keep him around?
But I would murder anybody who hurt him. Okay, there we go.
My cat's a jerk and I hate him.
I was waiting for you to follow up on that.
No,
but
there's no follow-up.
Okay.
My cat is appropriately named. His name is Beerus, so a Dragon Ball reference.
Well,
after
you
the
did
guy.
that. You did that.
Straight up, it is the most appropriate name. All he does is break things that I like, sleep in places that I find inconvenient, and eat. We will wake us up out of a dead sleep. I have so many cool things that I genuinely put value in that he has destroyed.
He wants your attention, Dad.
He has my attention.
Notice me, senpai!
I noticed him. And every year, every passing year with this cat, I'm like, he's gonna calm down when he gets a little bit older. No, you found more things to break. Oh, you broke an actual TV? Not a joke. He's broken the TV. I'm like,
knocking it down.
all right, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, hi. It's been a minute. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
Good.
Good.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day, everybody.
You guys can go home now.
It's almost a solo
dance.
Actually, you guys are playing all the monsters. It's a solo adventure.
And
So.
today I'll be playing Braddock. You
Yeah.
guys are a bunch of goblins.
Braddock, though canonically in game. Oh no, Cassidy's an ad too. So happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to Cassidy Morium.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Kind of. No.
Hey, he found out. He's trying.
Happy future Father's Day to.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Brad.
it's like when you know they're on the way, so you still, you still wish it for them.
Yeah.
And with that, happy Father's Day to my cousin who just found out that they're expecting a baby boy around Christmas time.
Ooh.
Congrats to you guys. I doubt you're watching this, but if you happen to, hey, congrats, guys. But that's here. That's one more thing. I got this as a Father's Day gift, caveat, from the wife and kids. The way I'm going to describe this is literally giving nothing away for the next campaign, but just with the periphery glances that I did at this, I love it so fucking much. I'm going to incorporate a lot of it into the next campaign.
Oh.
Okay.
It fits well, but I promise you it's giving nothing away. This is called Brancalonia. It is written by Italians. It is a kind of Renaissance Italy-inspired D&D setting for 5th edition and TOV compatible rules. Everything in here is Italian, and there's Commedia dell'arte characters in here, and I'm beside myself because I did a Commedia troupe for 10 years, so that's what my theater training is in. They've got a whole bestiary, and this is just a supplementary book. They've got there's subclasses. I don't know if there's subclasses in here, but they have like a full bestiary they released, a full campaign setting, and another one that's just like player options. There might be some player options in here, I'm not sure, but there's adventures, there's one-shots, there's story hooks, there's kind of little world lore nuggets just to kind of sprinkle in to make things feel more alive. There's stats for almost every character that they reference, even if it's if they're like, hey, here's so-and-so's mansion, and they have their best guard is so-and-so, and it's like they'll have a stat for the challenge 2 noble and the challenge 4 guard, and it's just, it's really cool. But yeah. Brancalonia, check them out. It is from, Acheron. I'm so sorry. My dog heard the wind. This is just called Jinx's
Where's the wind
Almanac.
at?
So this is just,
What?
So this is just a supplement book. I highly recommend checking it out. It's a lot of fun. It does not take itself too seriously. It literally describes itself as an expansion for Brancalonia, the spaghetti fantasy setting instead of a spaghetti western. So it's self-aware. It's fucking fantastic.
I love when Italians make fun of themselves.
It's hey, nobody's gonna make fun of you better than you. I don't know how to say it.
Yes.
It's and it's also not racist that way.
Yeah.
So it helps.
Well, Italians are white now, so it's not. It can't be racist.
Are they? I had my friend describe them as European Arabs, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly what they are. I'm like,
Yeah.
My mom and
Yeah.
the Lebanese family that I grew up with across the street, we'll call them the McGillicuddies, they had so much in common. Just culturally, talking, food, this, and then it was it's very obvious. Anyway, they're right next to each other. They're cousins. They share a seat. But that's neither here nor there. Because I look finish as all get up. Mm-hmm. So let's just jump right in to this. I might use some stuff, not for tonight, but I'm sorry, I just have to. They have La Befana. I don't know if you know who Befana is. It's like the Christmas witch for Italy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have an evil sister for her in here. Oh my god, and it makes me think there might be more where they're just using Befana as
So Italian
A title.
Krampus.
Actually, yeah, she's actually really nice in actual myth. She comes and like gives you gifts and candy, but in
So
this,
she's Italian Santa.
yes, she is Italian Santa. Even though they also have Bub and the Toe. They listen. They'll find any reason to celebrate.
Southern Germans also have. She's called Das Christkind,
Oh,
which is actually like neutral. She's the Christ child, but also, which is describing Jesus, but she's like the fairy or angel that like comes along with him, and she's called that too. I don't know. She's just a
some black
pretty
kids
lady.
just have a profound sense of confusion as to why Santa likes them less than the other kids.
I would ask.
So getting into the fantasy
She gets a
corner.
candy.
Oh, God help us. Ishus, help us. Glorm's greasy beard. We are on our way to a party. I think you guys, did we end on you guys departing? What was the
We arrived.
You arrived.
We did arrive. It was the first day.
You met
The guy with, yeah.
he had the
And then-
mimosas
And then all of our past companions come
Right.
in.
Well,
Yep.
we should recap who you're traveling with and under what guise with
Yep.
which you are coming to this Marisel mansion, so that Mort can get kind of caught up to speed, because there was a bit of a dump on the preface. Here's the, where the drums, the jazz drums, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and then it has a montage of you guys pointing at the plans. So what are the plans, group, as you're describing this to Mort?
I know we're gonna describe more, and I know you love the Owl House. I just really want to say this. I was watching the Owl House because we were watching. One of my friends, we were watching some stuff for Pride Month. One of my favorite bits in the Owl House is the kids on the Boiling Isles are like, "What's a montage?" And it cuts to a montage of the protagonist explaining to them what a montage is. Like, that's so stupid. Just with graphs and everything.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah, like.
Oh,
And then they
hello.
proceed to not have a montage for the training.
My assistant, Dia, has joined us for a little bit before we take our break.
Oh.
So,
What's the name of the their last name?
the Marisels,
No, not the Marisels. The
the Atvarians.
Atvarians. Sorry, the Atvarians have joined us.
Excellent.
All of them, all the Atvarian kids, and they are like our ticket in, basically. So they're going to attend the party.
Okay.
And we are, as a group, like, we're I guess right now sort of like masquerading as their entourage.
We have arrived a few days early, just so that we can get a lay of the land.
How long has passed since the hack stuff?
A week or
5
so?
days?
Yeah.
Because you
4 or
guys
5
spent
days.
4 days taking care of something.
Yep.
No, you spent 2 days taking. So this is the 4th day since the hag.
Okay.
Yeah, which, by the way, we got the rose that's acting as her source of immortality, and we did destroy it. We had to sacrifice some magical artifacts that we already had, but
We got so many of
we
those.
got rid of it, so when she pops up again...
Crazy that.
And no one had to give up their happiest memory.
Oh, and...
Oops. Oh, no one.
And,
I was confused. I was like, who's none?
Yeah, you forgot who they are. Don't worry about it.
yeah, and Talani got her apostle magic
Yes.
artifact
What
things.
did you get?
I'm a Wedge Apostle now.
Yep.
I have my wrestling costume. My leotard has been enhanced.
Seductious will rise again!
What are you the apostle of? That's the exciting piece for me.
Championship.
Okay, interesting. I like that. That's fun.
Yeah. And I like that it's vague enough to where she can be a champion for, or a champion of.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I like that a lot.
Yep.
I know that.
That's what it's all about. 1, winning, and 2, like standing up for people that are abused by systems.
Yeah.
So we are attending this gala / party with this literal day-long party. It's literally going from dusk to dawn,
Excellent.
or dawn to dusk, I guess. But
Dawn to dawn.
dawn to dawn,
36.
dawn to dawn.
If it's from dusk till dawn, I'm getting the hell out of here. I know this.
So the reason why we are here is because we have been tasked to for information gathering on a specific new head of a noble family, because they're, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're suspicious of him or what he's planning to do.
We're trying to see if he's a good person because he's possibly going to be a benefactor for our guard.
He's, in the grand scheme of things, he is who the current political talkings are to kind of take the Atvarian's place as the noble house for this region.
Okay.
But Testan, while she has had great interactions with him personally, doesn't know how much of that is rumor that he's nice and he's just putting on a good face whenever he sees her for politics' sake, or if he's actually like a nice guy. She has warned that he is very boisterous and bombastic as a personality.
Wonderful. Same.
The voice book, actually. Assistant DM.
There might be a strong personality or two in the group.
So we're trying to see if he's, like a little skis bag or not.
Understood.
And we're gonna party down. We're gonna party pretty hard.
Yeah, you guys.
That fucker's already partying.
You've heard of this party when you were growing up. Your parents attended once or twice, but it was a little frivolous for their tastes. But it was good to rub elbows. So they were probably those who went and turned in early. Every once in a while, your dad would be caught doing like the native Osnabrückian dance, drunken with Uncle Werner, on top of a table, and your mother would have to drag him off.
Absolutely, yes.
And then sometimes it was your mom, and they couldn't drag her off.
People knew the consequences if they tried.
They absolutely did.
Yeah.
But Vipka has never attended as far as you know. She's barely at that age where she'd kind of be applicable to even be invited, as it were. And you kind of fucked off.
Talani left society before she could have received an invitation.
Yeah. But you were aware of it. And this is the private of private, the who's who of the whole Lubra come here. Not everybody all the time, but literally anybody here to have a connection with them is like a huge get depending on what your personal motivations are. So I guess you probably just have a greater cultural perspective on what this is, whereas everybody else has probably heard of it.
Yeah. It's a big party.
Yeah, it's a huge party. Oh yeah, the Marisels thing, right?
It's going to be a nice little soiree.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Sirmia is convinced that they eat people, though. I'm pretty sure she's convinced of that. There are fences, but there are gaps in the fences. And so sometimes people drunkenly will just wander off into the woods and fall off into the Lubra, so they've warned to just not wander too far from the property, because while it is a manse on, like, what did I say, like a approximately 4x4 mile island. That's huge. That's a lot of acres. So, and while it is a large estate, it by no means, it might be a half square mile of space that they take up. And even then, it's like, you can tell they sort of ran out of what the fuck to even do towards the end of it, and they just let the island live on beyond this little tiny. But that's where you guys are. You walked up to this huge. It is as gothic of a gothic mansion as a gothic mansion can goth. It is, while still, I will say, you note that while it is not like pitch black, it still has a lot of like the dark hues and like the dark wood.
It's moody.
It's moody, but there's a lot of accents of color across it.
Is it tasteful or is it like spooky?
Yes.
Oh, yay!
Roll a nature check.
Okay. Nat 1.
Your eyes are just sparkling and everything. Yeah, it's like, oh, it is just good to say all they said. It's
That's
Oh,
okay.
look at these
we
rugs.
got that one out of the way.
there you go. Actually, yeah, get it out early. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
That was a 7. It almost looked like a 1. More just trips.
My leotard's running up.
TJ,
Yes.
could Braddock, I guess this would be a history check in my head, probably, but could Braddock make a roll to try to remember what, not necessarily crimes have been charged at this party, but like items that we've had to sweep under the rug because of who this guy is and the power that he has previously held, has
Really good
held in the
question.
past.
All right, Mr. Paperwork. Yeah, a history check, please.
All right, not bad. 19.
Okay.
I don't think I'm proficient in history.
I am going to try and say this as neutrally as possible, putting aside how I personally, as TJ, would like to spin it. I'm going to put it out as how it would probably be stated in a report. There have been throughout the years, I think we established what, you've been working here like 10, 15 years, 20 years probably?
Yeah, about 20 at this point.
So, this party happens every year. And there have absolutely been, there have 100, like almost yearly there are deaths happening at this thing. Some have been people drunkenly dueling each other and it just goes too far and someone just stabs someone, a healer can't get to them fast enough. A lot of the deaths are just people just go missing and they can't find them after days of searching. Others are conspiracy theorists, but there's literally never, of like the Marisels, the rich sacrifice babies and drink their blood for the youth.
Oh,
Behind
this
Pizza
is
Parlor.
Bohemian Grove, basically.
Yeah.
This is the Louvre of Bohemian Grove.
This is
Okay.
what they like, the rumors. But whenever people
Yeah.
investigate, they're like, they seem just kind of like economically out of touch. Like, yeah, they collect weird things, but like especially the current guy, Lionel Marisel, the current patriarch, he has been, at least Braddock, from what you can recall, the least problematic of the Marisel patriarchs. He did some stupid stuff, got in some fights. He might have had his family pay for some, destroying expensive hotel room once or twice when he went on some binges.
Who's among us?
Johnny's like, nobody? Really? Serena's like, no, I hear you, sis.
Yeah, it's a certain Oh wait, hold on. Oh, okay, now I see the problem.
Listen, no, guys, this guy has a rap sheet, but Serbia's is way worse than his.
Actually, that's the perfect way to put it. It's, let me see. I've written down the names. There is Lionel Marisel. He's the patriarch. He's about 63. And I'll just give you this off of kind of running through who you can remember. There's his brother, Prospero Marisel. He's the younger of the three brothers. He's 55. Nobody seems to know much. He doesn't seem to be someone who's highly social, but it seems like that's more of just a personality quirk and less to hide something. People who claim to know him personally say that he's a perfectly reasonable person. And then the youngest of the three brothers was actually an illegitimate child of the father, and he is, how old did I write here? Hold on. Pardon me. Oh, Prospero is also a widower. His wife You just remember to do whatever. Let me see.
Are there suspicious circumstances involved there?
You could roll a history check. The last one is Claudio Marisel.
Gossip check.
He's a half-orc. He's the youngest at 35. Pops got him late in life.
17.
17. Not necessarily. There's whispers. There's always rumors. The official statement is she died in a sea voyage, which all the Marisels do. That's how they've earned their money. Is they're a kind of build them up from the dirt, like merchant family who started selling just like common adventuring goods, and they started to open up places outside of Tableau where they could kind of raise money, and they spread out from there. A lot of times in the Louvre. You guys have gone to some Marisel places. They just have like, we need torches, we need grappling hooks, we need rope.
They have a general store franchise, and they also run the logistics for it too.
Exactly.
Okay.
But a lot of them kind of like by their family credo insist on one of them making the voyage themselves, especially if they're the ones who made the deal, if their body can handle traveling. There's always magic purposes for like the very elderly, but for the most part it's the people. Lionel's like he's kind of hitting that age where he's probably gonna pass it on to somebody. Claudio's the youngest. He's a half-orc. He's 35. He's the guy who generally runs their shipping lanes. Because he's so young, he does most of the personal travels themselves. He took over after his wife Lenore died. After Prospero's wife Lenore died.
Okay.
Claudio was kind of... Once Lionel took over, you would know this from noble gossip. Once Lionel became the patriarch, him and Prospero were like, yeah, no, you're a brother, and they acknowledged him, and that's how he became kind of the head of the shipping lanes. And
This is Dad's illegitimate child?
Dad's a legitimate child.
Okay.
His brother is the patriarch. You guys are going to, like, case the joint.
Okay.
Him, and as you're thinking of this, you're kind of piecing together him possibly being the next noble house leader might be his also stepping down of the trade company and passing it on to someone else.
Okay.
In terms of optics. Let me see. You would know because they would have been young enough to kind of meet you and your sister every once and then. Claudio has a boyfriend named Victorio. That's other stuff. I've just got a bunch of notes on personality and stuff. Let me see. Stop. You know that Prospero, the middle brother, has 2 children, and you know that Lionel's wife, Lunella Marisel, is much like your mother, in that she keeps Lionel's nose to the ground. His personality is very, oh, a bug. Look at that, dear. They have a daughter. She's the closest to your sister's age. She's probably about, how old are you in this?
I think Tanya's like 23, 24.
Okay, she's 9 years older than you.
Okay.
Her name
Tanya's
is...
like a couple years younger than Jeremy, yeah.
Okay, so these are people that you would have actually met outside of this party.
Okay.
Her name is Archibalda.
Archibalda.
But her personality is very much like her father's, but she has her mother's focus.
Okay.
But she's... fills a room with her personality.
She has huge tracts of land?
I mean...
Is that what you're telling me?
Politically, actually, that's true. No, no, like, she's...
Monty Python.
Just
the Holy
like-
Grail.
I'm thinking of, like, the dad from Brave. And how that kind of personality mirror.
I thought you were doing a different gesture.
I have no...
Okay.
For those who can't see my fist like this, raise your hands. Which just wasn't exactly the
You
word I
were
was going
censoring
for.
yourself.
That's hilarious. It's so funny.
It's Pride Month, folks.
It's Pride Month, folks.
And it's Father's Day, so we'll let it
be proud
pass.
of.
So, that is what you guys kind of know about these people. As you are slowly shown the way to your quarters. Like I said, you guys walk in the mansion, marble floors, wooden staircases.
Talani does, before getting off the boat, adjust her disguise self hat
Okay.
to be, she's leaning in, because she doesn't want to bother, like, hiding her accent. But she doesn't appear to be part of the Ironheart clan.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Since we are in this capacity of...
It goes without saying, but I'll say it. Before we got off the boat, Mort also probably ritual cast Gift of Luck for everybody. So.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Spell, so there's no reason
And I'm
to
assuming
be-
Sermia, well, wait, no, her dance is something that she would have to be actively doing, like
Yeah, we
in
probably have a
combat.
bardic from her though.
The bardic is when you wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Braddock would make sure he does his Bardic, whatever you want to call it.
Did we previously establish that Ron and Mare would be flying around the island? Or
Not
are
yet,
they with
but
us?
currently the whole group is together.
They're around and they're not there. No.
You guys are brought around, and it's not a small house by any means. It's a lot more space than on the boat, but compared to the mansion, it's not quite as big. But you guys are shown into a house. You all have your own private rooms, very spacey. It's still very nice compared to pretty much any hotel or inn you guys have stayed at. On
Even
your
for the
journeys.
help? Oh my. Wow.
This place is schmancy. You guys have a private kitchen downstairs, a little mess hall. You can cook what you want. There's some things available, already, but you have to go hunt stuff. There's somebody already cooking back there. It's a hog folk.
I'm gonna make
He's
a
just
breakfast
making soup.
burrito.
She said, yeah, this is your forever soup. Understood.
I've made a breakfast burrito.
What's in it?
Eggs, hash browns, bell peppers, and sausage.
The hog folk chef is writing this down.
Is it pork sausage?
Yes.
Oh.
It's alright, we got some pigs and bake.
Okay, good.
I
Good.
didn't know they
Understood.
made other kinds of sausage.
Well, I mean, you can be
Oh, we can
creative.
make sausage out of anything.
Wow.
It's the process.
So, the sausaging process.
Interesting.
She has no brookie and she knows sausage.
Mort also starts taking
I know a
notes.
single two sausage.
Mort writes
Well,
fish sausage question mark.
well, I'm assuming that Braddock is not going to want to give up his casserole recipe.
He makes casserole, but he just does it. He's hunched over, so no one can see what he's putting in.
Uh-huh.
It's just a little sneaky snake, right, Braddock?
Yeah, well, it's Mama's secret recipe, so.
I mean, is it like the process that's a secret, or the secret ingredients?
It's kind of both, actually. She takes the casserole very seriously, and she devises a lot of intricate ways of making better casserole. There's a lot, but it's worth it in the end.
I mean, it is a very good casserole. I would love the recipe sometime.
Yeah.
Unless that's a really rude thing to ask for.
Again, if you want the recipe, you gotta ask Mom for that one.
Okay. Will she, shoot me if I ask?
No, she won't shoot you. She'll just,
Beat you
she'll
with a rolling
probably,
pin.
the best chance is, the best outcome would be she gives it to you. The worst would be I have seen her drop kick a lady once. That was entertaining.
So it sounds fun both ways, honestly.
I'm just imagining really her backing her to do it and then running. Really backing up adds a lot to that.
Mike, what's Braddock's last name?
Goroon.
Garoon. You don't mess with the Garoon woman. No, you don't.
There's recipes to be shared. Talani lays out her cheese board as a, for general snacking.
I've never gotten to use this map, and I can at least use it for a visual representation of, because this is kind of what's in my head.
I thought General Snacking died in the war.
General snacking.
Oh, this is one of the extra big maps.
Sorry, guys.
No!
No! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Only a little baby that's still.
Oh no, I'm so
But I
sorry.
also don't want to just hit your DM.
Don't worry about that.
Any paper towels or anything? Ah, yes.
That could have been a lot worse.
So sorry.
No, you're good. That's like barely a sip. Like I'm not beat up over that.
I'm not mad about it.
Also, Jeremy doesn't spend money on these.
That's right.
That is
No,
true.
I do on these ones. I do.
Oh, those ones. You do.
Yes.
Okay.
It is a free Celsius energy drink that I
So
get.
sorry.
Ah.
And I still spend a little bit of money. I have to spend 10 cents on most of them. Because
yeah,
I have
still
to
pay the
bottle-
deposit.
I still have to pay the bottle deposit. But at the Speedway
This
right
flush
next
with
to the
dimes.
apartment, I do have a lot of dimes. I keep changing my car now because of this. Straight
What
up.
is it? 1994.
Right.
All right.
But there's one in the Speedway system next to my house that for some reason doesn't charge a bottle deposit, so I usually get that flavor because I just get the zero out on that one. That one specific flavor.
So you can afford all your dimes.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't even mind the DM screen's down. So
Okay.
this is I'll shorten my space just so we can have this map out because I actually like this as my playable space. It's just so much more. So this is kind of where you guys are. Let me see. The main mansion is over this way. And then, if we want to look at the inside.
I put Braddock and Ron on there.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's your mess hall with your kitchen. You guys have a little smithy. There's a stables. Here's the rooms. This is where you guys are going to be living for the next week, approximately.
Wunderbar.
Wow.
I'm gonna go, you guys enjoy the cheese. I'm going to go, pick out a room. Mono, would you mind helping me, picking out a room?
I won't join you.
It's okay. I mean, I think I only need, one person's help. Honestly, I don't even need mono. I'm just gonna randomly choose someone for help. Eeny, meeny, miny, mono. Come here. We're gonna go pick out a room. Okay, peace out, everyone.
Eeny, mono, miny, mo.
Eeny, mono, miny, mono.
I don't think I'm very eeny. I think I bulked up a little bit. Okay. Look at this nice room with 2 beds.
So
How-
you are-
how perfect for you guys.
Two twin beds.
You guys are free. If you want, at least place a marker on where you would like to sleep. I'd like to know. There's also like smaller cots for people who don't care, but there's private rooms all over here.
So funny if Talani's stuck with like the 2 twin bedrooms. Okay, where's Talani?
Yeah, where are...
Can I be the evil fish? Can I be mean fish right now? Totally fine, Talani. Can you put me in a king bedroom?
Are they in the
King
box?
bedroom.
Oh, that one.
Let me see if
Oh,
I
that one.
pulled them all back
Oh, this
here.
No, that one.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I won't make the joke about Mort being in the stables.
I was really excited for this.
Was Jimmy with us?
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just your party that was invited.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, none of our figurines are in the box.
Honey, get down, please.
My head is
Yeah, how about you get down, little
covering
one?
up things.
I'm gonna be in this long room over here that I have to go through other people's rooms to get into.
Oh no, this is this is a social
it's a
area.
suite.
Yeah, it's a suite.
And what's this? Oh, this is socially. Okay, yeah, that's right. Yep, I understand now. It's like, I want the long route. That seems fun.
Long
Yeah.
room.
That's Dylan's figure. Here we have the Cassidy stand-in. I'll find it.
Yeah.
All right, are you guys
There's
approximately
Ron.
where you're going to be staying?
Yeah.
Probably put him in that big room in the corner for him and Mare.
Maury sleeps in the stables. They have room for him in the house.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's see here.
Ron's going to. And what else is sleeping in the stables? There is a stable room, actually.
Oh,
Shermia's going to take the biggest bed she can find.
Reasonable.
Let's see. Braddock, do you want a small room or a medium-sized room or a big room with 2 beds?
I'll take just the medium size.
Do you want to be next door to Sirmia or across the hall from Sirmia?
This is important. Probably across so you hear less
Across the
snoring.
hall.
Yeah.
No.
I think Cassidy is going to.
Hang out in this tiny room right next to Mort.
That's where you're going?
Mort's in the long room.
Mm.
yeah. Mare has like the big room of a suite. You guys could have like your own little like living room and like
There's
play
an
card
identical
games
size
and
room
watch
over here if you want
movies.
that.
Yeah.
And talk about fatherhood.
On for
I would Mort have one.
Yeah, why would more talk?
Just as a concept.
Yeah.
for
I feel like it was pretty cool to see my dad when I was in hell.
I suppose my real dad, like emotionally, is God.
Yeah. Honestly, it's. I don't know if I said this, it's probably closer to Braddock. Yeah. But it's weird because it's kind of pretty late in life to be having something like that, I feel like. I don't know.
Cassidy's gonna go in this one.
Julian is going
It's pretty weird.
to.
I feel like I'm gonna have like a little sibling now.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be like a brother or an uncle to this baby?
All right.
Even though I'm not related to them at all.
All right.
These are the questions.
Hang on.
Who's this? Who's next to me?
Julian.
Oh, okay, that's fine. There were wrong answers.
All right. For now.
So at this point, have we already taken a chance to like tour the entire mansion just to see?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
Mommy.
Mari just like freak out all the horses.
Yes. There are quite a few different creatures in there. There's horses. There's a bulette.
What is that?
Like the.
It's rare that I don't know what an animal
I,
is.
TJ,
Creature.
It's a what?
I
It's a D&D
think
creature.
Braddock would take
Alright.
the first day to probably go around and kind of talk with a lot of the guard around this area and a lot of the servers, butlers, cooks, all of the kind of hired people to get an idea of how they're treated and what they think of the Marisels.
We'll take a break right there because that feels like that's gonna get juicy.
Cassidy is going to assist him in that specifically because he could do the knowledge pig to help, and that will definitely help with information gathering.
Oh, that's true.
All right, so we'll take a quick break. I think someone's getting tired, and we're gonna go.
No.
No,
Oh,
we're just gonna
okay.
we're gonna take a break real quick and get things all
Papa,
set
you're
up.
being ridiculous.
I know.
She's not tired.
What's wrong with me? I'll be right back. Let's go.
Bye, break.
She just got back from a week-long trip at Disney World. Why would she be tired?
Disney World in June. That's my life.
I'm just a very well-rounded individual.
I am not a lawyer. I am not a doctor. But here is not legal and not medical advice. Just based on my education and my own personal experience, I have some non-legally binding advice for both of you tonight. I hope it gets better.
Yeah.
There is a surgery to correct it.
Okay.
It's usually not worth it because it comes back, especially if you continue to work on your feet.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's fair.
But if it gets that bad, usually
It has been getting worse since I have run in management and stopped sitting. Because when I was a sales rep, it didn't really matter if I sat. When I'm a manager, I have opinions to keep up or whatever.
that's rough, bud.
That's a few.
So, Braddock, Cassidy. You guys make your way out, start to ask questions. While the rest of you are at the barracks, you see that Sirmia has wandered off. Probably to cut some trees down.
She's fine.
Ron notices that Mare is getting a little stir crazy. Flies him off to patrol. Talani, you and Mono notice that before he insists that he, while turning a deep magenta, has to make sure that his sisters aren't breaking anything too much, or Lordio, honestly, all three of them.
Okay, yeah, make sure that they're, like, good, and then come back here.
Yes, ma'am.
Call me man, but not in front of other people. I like that.
Oh, we're finding things out.
But not in front of other people.
Mono kind of like just looks down and is like,
We're doing things about Talani tonight. I didn't know this.
he goes back to the mansion. Mort, was there anything in particular that you were doing? Or were you just sort of like, is Julian the snake?
Didn't he have an actual mini? Oh, no.
He had polymorph the whole time.
Oh. Probably not tonight. No. I did have one thing that I wanted to bring up. But I also don't know if it's related to this specific plot line.
Okay, that's fine. What are you doing?
Did we ever address my meeting with the Knight of Zabalba?
We have not yet.
Okay, is that still happening or okay. I was just making sure because I knew that it was yeah, I didn't know what the timeline on that was.
You
I ignored the guy. I just ghosted him.
he's like
Sorry, there's a hag thing and a werewolf thing.
oh no, it's fine.
Same thing, by the way.
That's fucked up.
Sorry, an arch hag thing, I should say. But now it's way more reasonable that I was gone.
Alright, so eventually Braddock
Yes.
and Cassidy,
Yes.
we have a montage of you guys asking around. It just basically flips to each person, like being like, "See, what I heard was," or "I saw," and it's like just some fun little like violin music is playing underneath. While I'm sure there's something on here, but I can't find it right now.
Ye old violin music. Google that.
Perfect.
Meow. 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 Yeah, I don't know what to do about that, huh?
come across a dwarven gentleman. One of the guards. He's kind of leaning over his warhammer, leaning into y'all. And he goes, "Who was it, that you all said you was with?"
What about you, bud?
I am the Captain Braddock Garoon for the Beta Guard. Also general overseer of the guard for the Looper.
And I am his deputy, Cassidy, also part of the guard.
Cassie Vivacity.
Braddock proudly puffs out his chest. That's going to be Florida deputy soon, and he's going to hand the dwarf a cigar. A new dead cigar.
Yes, he fully intends on making his newborn infant child a deputy.
Oh.
Good dwarven dad.
The dwarves really need child labor laws.
So, could you guys roll me a persuasion and then an investigation?
Alright. Dice.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
19 on the die, so a 21.
Nice.
And I am actually going to do...
Well, that was for persuasion, and then you said investigation.
Julian's in this room.
Yes. That's okay. Is that the combo?
26 on the persuasion. Oh god.
You sleep on the couch?
Well, just for now. Just until we go to bed.
And that's going to be a solid 14 on the investigation.
30 on the investigation.
Alright.
I mean,
Alright, I can persuade, you can investigate.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we're
Flip-flop.
good for.
sweet.
So, starting with this dwarf, he kind of leans back and he's like, "Oh, I did not realize I was in the presence of guard royalty." And he kind of straightens up. He's got a shit-eating grin. But he puts his hand out for a good dwarven handshake. Braddock, grab each other by the forearm. You can call me Yumik. Yumik Galebreaker.
Nice to meet you, Eunuch. Braddock the Room.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jamie, are you saying eunuch or
Yumik. Short for Yumik Reld.
eunuch?
Yumik.
Okay, alright. Got it, thank you.
No problem, lying lady.
Oh, no problem. Sorry, I'm just gonna be over here making out with
I just like to imagine that you said that like while you were walking by. Like,
No.
I'm sorry, did I mishear that?
Yeah.
But he looks to you and says, you can tell that he's somebody from your investigation. You can just sort of, you read him from, noticing he's wearing a guard's outfit. He's got like a breastplate, armor, side pocket. You see there's some potions buttoned to the side. The warhammer, you notice as you're looking at it, has a little bit of a magical sheen to it. There might be an enchantment or two on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of notice as you're taking this in that a lot of the sort of general same uniformed guards seem to have some sort of a sheen or a sparkle to some or all of their weapons that they have on them. But with a family this rich, it's not surprising that they can drop some enchantments on the weapons. But looks rough. The guy looks like he could probably hold his own in a fight. Hands of a worker, a few scars on his face. Looks like his nose been broken a few times.
Oh yeah, I'd fight that guy.
Shorter beard, very, very close knit, harder to grab. Shorter hair, harder to pull onto. You notice he doesn't have the helmet. Yeah, there's a lot of other guards that have helmets. But he says, I'm a lieutenant of the guard here on the grounds. Don't mind me, being a little inquisitive about you guys asking questions. You can understand we have some
problematic guards from the various families that come in like to cause trouble. Some people like to show off the biggest, toughest guard dog they can find every year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's perfectly reasonable.
But, what, you was asking about, Mr. Lionel, right?
Yep.
I found that name offensive.
Yeah.
It's an Ultrabrookian name.
What exactly is it that you were inquisitive about? Just if I like the guy? I mean, he pays me good. I don't see him abuse us. He's pretty nice to everybody here, especially for a rich guy. But, I don't know. Anything specific you want to know? I've been working for these guys for about 25 years.
When he took over, did he like start paying you more or less or about the same from the previous family member who was in charge?
You know, to be honest, gosh, it's been so long. I only started right before the old man shoved off this mortal coil, you know, but he was a prick. Did not like him. Treated everybody like shit. And those were not a good few years before Mr. Lionel took over. But he's good. I like him. Pays me nice. Yeah, pays us fair.
Well, that's good.
And, yeah, the guy beforehand, if you don't mind me saying so, you don't speak ill of the dead, but I'm glad Mr. Lionel's in charge. I'll just say that. But, is there anything else you guys can help you with? What were your names again?
Cassidy.
Cassidy and Braddock, right?
Yeah, Braddock.
And, he says,
Yeah, well, actually, another question for you.
yeah.
While the party has been getting everything and, the shipping's been coming in for the party, has there been anything just off limits, if I might ask, to the general staff or security itself? Any boxes or anything like that?
Anything out of the ordinary compared to previous parties?
And he kind of looks at the two of you, and he looks around and he goes, listen, fellas, I gotta make my rounds, but, it was great talking to you, but, let me tell you, if you have any other questions, feel free to stop by the barracks later. After hours.
Oh, he wants to.
I got some rounds.
Thank you, Lieutenant Umick. May your rounds go well.
You too, sir. Hope you find what you are looking for. I will see you later. Make sure you, bring some spirits. I will bring the glasses.
Will do.
Sounds good, sir.
I'm so proud of myself that I understood the implication here. Fellas, my autism is cured.
D&D did it.
Somebody tell RFK Jr. No more autism for this bitch.
Time for you to start paying taxes.
Oh no! Oh no, I have to get a job now.
Shit fell into my trap. Anyway.
Fuck that guy so hard. I hate him.
Yup.
Happy Father's Day.
But not to RFK Jr.
No. Anyway, we're here. You guys go along. You eventually, see there's a bunch of, like, maids and stuff. Kind of, like, shuffling through, going here and there. Bed sheets, plates, cups, decorations. Eventually, like wolves hunting antelope, you find one who's just strayed far enough from the pack that you can kind of, like, oh, miss! Catch her, and she actually looks from them and goes, sees the closest chair, sets down like the 15 just like linen tablecloths that she's carrying stacked. Does a lean far lean back. She's just a halfling lass, so she was hidden behind the stack. Looks up and goes, oh, If anyone else, I tripped and you were helping me pick that up, but oh my goodness, how can I help you, gentlemen? I seem to have a problem I can help with. I'm stretching here, obviously, picking up these linen that fell. Whew, she's doing stretches.
You don't mind that
leg bends.
We just wanted to ask a couple questions. I'm just mainly going around asking how you feel treated here, how you feel paid, the general sort of questions. I will lightly slide a union waiver pamphlet to her. Just remember, you have a right. Just getting the general idea of how you feel and how you feel about working for the Marisels.
Oh, well, I mean, I've pretty much grown up with this family. My mother helped work for them, and then when I grew up, alongside Miss Archibald, I naturally just sort of grew close to kin. She's a wonderful lass. Her mother and father did a good job raising her. She's wonderful. Watch out for that beast of hers. Plumb knock your ass over if you're not careful.
Beast?
Yeah, her pet, her dog.
Oh.
Yeah, name's Vanilla. Thing's the size of a fucking doorway. Just be careful. Keeps it around, got her as a puppy to keep her safe when she went off to university, and he's
don't worry, we've
fucking
seen.
huge at this point.
Oh, don't.
Is it actually a polar bear? Because that'd be so funny.
It is the fantasy world version of a Tibetan Mastiff. Just
Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Hooray.
a doorway-sized dog.
Yes.
Fluff with a tongue hanging out somewhere in it.
Yes.
But dangerous as all shit.
Yeah. It's a fluffy wall of muscle.
It's a fluffy wall of muscle with teeth that will end you. They're so cool.
But all they want is cuddles and to swim.
But she says, Miss Lunella, she can be strict, but, she's never taken a hand to us, which is more than I can say than, I had some experience with when I left the family for a few years. I haven't spoken much with most of the others. Mr. Claudio's barely here. We only really see him at the parties or the family get-togethers. He's so busy out on the boats.
Mm-hmm.
But, Mr. Prospero just prefers to keep to himself. He's become rather secluded since his wife Lenore died about, 5 or 6 years ago. But, Yep.
Oh.
Mike, come on.
Mike.
Happy Father's Day to all the great fathers.
Except for Sean Tucker, because fuck that guy.
For everyone watching the stream, Mike just posted a gif of that
The Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist, Nina Tucker, and the dog.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
She also turns to you and says, other than that, I don't spend much time with the adults. I've spent most time with the children. Mr. Prospero's children, Trekio and Lydia. They're fairly nice. Mr. Trekio, if you don't mind my saying so, he's probably the one that treats us the worst. I've heard him use the term the pores quite a few times. We don't like him, but he's more of a spoiled shit than anything. Bit of a fuck off, if you ask me. But he's young. Maybe he'll get his shit together. Who knows? He's only 25. But Miss Lydia, she's her personality is, she enjoys, and as she says that, like, right behind her, none of you fucking saw her. It's like Angela from The Office, like, fuck! It's the most stereotypical, like, gothic girl that you have seen, like, the straight pitch black hair, the bangs down to here, like, one eye barely sticking out from under the bangs. But the outfit is like,
it is if a goth had the money to be the most expressive that they like
The most goth.
yes. So it is very
The look is rich goth.
Lonely
Yes.
and goth.
yes
Wow, that's pretty goth.
yeah.
Oh, that's so goth.
And she's like, I'm very what? Miss Lydia,
All of us.
I was just saying that you're an aficionado of the occult and
Spiritual matters. She goes, yes. What Trisha's saying is true. Are you also into the occult matters? She looks over to you and Braddock.
Yeah.
I don't know, you look kind of lame.
We have
God, I wish more was there right now.
we definitely have
These two are
experience.
gonna
in
hit it
that
off.
matter.
How committed is Mort to Ginny?
That's not what I'm saying.
One of our
Cassidy here. He's been cursed by a hag and has been a werewolf before, and I'll just nudge Cassidy forward.
Yep, that is true.
She kind of looks at the two of you. Cool. And she just turns and walks away. And no joke, as she just walks out of sight, you swear to God, a fucking raven lands on her shoulder.
That is the highest compliment that you are ever going to get out of a goth. They're just like, cool.
Cassidy, I'm just saying, like,
Yep.
I'm just gonna kind of, aren't you? Yeah, seems like maybe that would work for you. You carry, you know?
Yeah, I not only do I not do that anymore, Braddock, but now that I have a son to take care of, not in the cards for me.
You
Now
guys,
you're gonna take care of it, and I'm just gonna walk away.
Watch your back.
the two
I
of
love Richie
you
Braddock.
see Trisha, who you learned is the name of this halfling girl you're speaking to.
Yep.
As she is, she watches Lydia leave. She goes,
All right, well, that's about my cue to get fuck off and get back to these chores. Gentlemen, what was your names again?
Oh, Cassidy and Braddock.
Cassidy and Braddock. Pleasure to meet you.
Students, say hello if you see me around, but it's going to be a bit of a madhouse here for us workers for the next few days, but if you happen to help, great. Otherwise, stay the fuck out of our way. Trisha, by the way, don't know if I introduced myself.
Oh, and
Kalani's not with them.
Oh, right, I'm so
commenting.
sorry.
Yeah.
I certainly hope that you and all the other workers are getting double time for this.
Oh, no worries about that.
Mm-hmm.
Free room and board plus
Uh-huh.
a pay. Love it. And she heads off her way. Eventually, you guys find yourself to the guard barracks. For the private, the Marisel personal guard, not the separate rooms that you guys are staying in. And you can see that there is a lady half-orc, head to toe, in the most ornate armor, but scuffed from battle. And you can see she's barking out orders to the guards coming here and there. You can see Umric, that's not his name. Henry.
How damaged does the armor look?
Yumic.
Just like she's definitely been in some fights. Like, it's polished, it's well kept, but it's it is definitely seen some hits.
Mm-hmm.
But she's barking out. She looks to you, and she goes, "Hey, stop your asses right there! This is the private guard quarters. I do not recognize." And as she's walking up, Yumic comes up and grabs her arm, and he goes, "Hey, Captain, that's the those are the two fucks I was telling you about." And she goes, and she looks to you and raises her eyebrows and goes, "Ah." And she lowers her voice and she comes up to you guys, arm on her hips, on like the small of her back. fucking huge. She's probably about the size of Talani.
New friend. New friend. New friend. One can have two best friends.
She's got a
Serbia just
silver.
says, try it, honey.
She's got a silver.
Very possessive.
It's not a mohawk, but if it wasn't braided, it would be. But buzzed sides and then a braided. It's not a mohawk though. Braided tufts down the middle of like silver blue hair. Not silver blue. It makes it sound old. Graying silver hair. Like the silver is the natural, and it's sort of graying with age, losing its sheen. And stands over the two of you, and she goes, "Gentlemen, I've been made aware of your inquiries here at the Marisels estate. And I can assure you, and I need a perception check from you guys."
That is going to be a 21.
That's going to be a 15.
All right. You both notice she turns her voice up just a little bit for this. There is nothing to worry about here on the Marisels estate. It's just a bunch of rumors and ghost stories. But I do invite you gentlemen, and she leans in, to come and join us for cards later, as my lieutenant has informed me. And she leans in, it almost comically with like the height difference to like get in close to you guys. And then she stands up, "Well, Lieutenant, time to get back to the drills," and goes, "Right, guys, see you later." And they kind of turn around and start to head back to their barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are your card skills?
It's interesting
It's
because
just go fish.
before you said that, I was imagining what Mort's doing this whole time is like playing cards with Julie.
100%.
There's
Scopa.
right.
Go fish.
Go fish.
I thought we were playing Old Maid.
I love fish, Julie.
I thought we were playing Gwent.
We're playing Belatro.
We're playing Texas Hold'em, which is weird because Texas is just a fake word that they made up for a card game.
It's ridiculous.
It's not a real thing. Taxes,
Yeah, as
sure.
opposed to the Euphrates.
Taxes Hold'em.
Taxes, those are real. Texas,
What a silly
Um,
name. Anyway.
as the night has, it started to kind of progress for a few hours. You guys walking around, you guys smell the food cooking. You notice that the ride here took up a little bit of time. The touring around, the resting, the just sort of enjoying the grounds for a little bit. It took a few hours, longer than you guys thought. And by the time you get back, it's still like I said, it's not the first day of spring yet, so it's still getting dark a little early. Earlier than normal. And so it's about 6 o'clock and it's starting to hit twilight. Your feet are hurting. You've just been socializing all day. And you finally get a chance to sit down. But you notice that these barracks are pretty full now. It seems like a lot of the guests are starting to arrive a little early, at least the ones who provide guards to help clean the place up. But all of the rooms are full. Mort, could I have a perception check, please?
Oh, of course you can. This is which way? Not one.
Really?
You had
Yes!
such a good card game, Mort. You don't notice.
Yeah.
Julian's wiping the floor with you and you're so upset.
Yeah, it's more just seething. Just do one more.
Mort,
Hey,
I
hey.
think you've had enough, Mort.
One more.
No.
I know what I'm talking about. You got it.
Mort's counting cards, but he can't count.
Right.
Um,
I like to think that Mort knows how to count cards, and that's why he's so mad, because he's like, statistically, I should be winning something by this point. It's like I've been trying so hard. just always getting to miss somehow while counting cards. It's like, this is an anomaly.
Statistically, this shouldn't happen.
Right, this shouldn't happen.
I need to
Why?
write a paper about
Why
this.
me?
The math ain't mathing.
That's the issue, is it is mathing, because there's always a small chance that I'll fail, but it keeps happening. Like, this is... technically, this is supported by the math. So while we're prepping, let me tell you my Balatro story really fast. I've been doing the challenge runs under the challenges section, and one of the challenges is called luxury tax. For every $5 you have, so 5, 10, 15, blah, blah, you get -1 hand size. I was doing a flush build and had 3 lucky cards, and all 3 of them hit, so I got $60 by 1 round, which means my hand size turned to 0, and I instantly lost. What? Like, that was the stupidest thing ever. I was like, no way. Just for, if you don't play Legendary, for context, each of those hits has a 1 in 15 chance
Yeah.
of happening.
Hold on, I'm gonna do some math right
I
now.
got 3 of them, which in any other circumstance besides this one challenge run would be a great, like, oh cool, this is run defining here. Just instantly killed me. Like, they let me play through the rest of the cards that I had, but I literally couldn't draw any more cards.
And you
because
can't dump your money.
Yeah, like, I had a held hand card of 0, and I had like 3 cards left, so I was like, none of this is in a hand. I couldn't draw anything.
That is a 1 in 3,375 chance.
Excellent.
Wow. You might as well go shiny hunting.
That's
Jim.
exactly what happened to Mort. That was the stupidest thing that ever happened to me in the last
Something that I wanted to point out that Cassidy was going to do like before people started showing up. So there is an augmentation that he can do called reactive, where I can cause the augmented item to suddenly activate an effect whenever it's within a certain proximity or whenever a specific person does something, including recording. So like audio, like there wasn't anything about video recording. I don't know if that would exist in this universe, but at the very least it would do audio recording. So when we were doing the tour of the mansion, and once I get a sense of like the main areas of where most people are going to be during the party,
Okay.
I want
Just putting wires up.
We do have like a wire that's in the shape of a bird, too.
that is true,
Yeah.
but
Want a
like
second thing.
because we just reached 14th level, I can already like use a bonus action to augment an item like at instant speed and don't have to spend time augmenting it. But now that I've reached level 14, I can remote augment, so I can do it to any item that's within 60 feet of me without having to touch it.
Okay.
So in the main areas of once we find out the main areas of where the party is going to be, I can augment mundane items in the room, like items that are going to be like the least likely for someone to just take it during the party. I can augment those items to have the reactive augment, and then since I do know the specific name of the person that we are finding out or that we are investigating, I can set it so that whenever he whenever he comes within proximity of that item, then it starts recording.
Okay, how long can it record for?
Yeah, I believe 1 hour.
Okay.
And that's 1 hour for each item that is augmented.
How many can you have augmented?
I can have 6 items augmented, but I took augmentations off of myself because I know that I have augmentations on Sermia and Braddock's weapons. So I took augmentations off of mine, which I can instantly put the augmentations back whenever I want because of the bonus action and the remote. So, but I can do it on 4 items.
All right.
So in the areas where the party's most likely going to get taken place, I'm just going to put the augmentations on mundane items in the room, in the different rooms, because I'm not going to like put 4 items in the same room. Just the main areas of where different areas around the mansion where people are going to be partying the most. Maybe one area where one area that seems like it would be a place where people would want to go if they wanted to get away from the entire crowd. And then just put the augmentation on the items so that and have them start recording like whenever he comes within proximity. And the way that it would work, I believe, is that like if he's in proximity, then it would be recording. But then when he leaves and goes out of proximity, then it would stop recording. And then if it's not, and then it would have basically like an hour of memory, essentially. So if he was in one area for a full straight hour, or even more than that, then it would stop recording after the hour.
Okay.
But just so that I could also set it to make it so that it would start recording if anyone says his name as well. Because if the focus is on that specific person, then I can set it so that like it just starts recording whenever he comes into proximity or whenever someone starts talking about him.
Okay.
So I want to do that in on a mundane item in 4 separate areas of the mansion, mostly of where people are going to be partying the most, and one area which would be the most likely place where people would want to go if they wanted to get away from the crowd and go somewhere private. And then also, I could be wrong about this, but I believe that if I augment a non-magical item, it does not... I don't think it turns that item into a magical item.
I don't know. I'll check that. I know. Mechanist can be weird like that.
Yeah.
So I need a sleight of hand from you as you do that to make sure.
I don't have to physically touch it, and obviously I would have. Like, well, is this something that if the people who are at the party who know why we are here...
I guess you can do a sleight of hand or a stealth check. That doesn't mean that they are right with you casting magic on their stuff.
Technically, it's not casting magic, but okay. So you said sleight of hand.
I think if you're remotely adding magical property to something, that's definitely...
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't say that augmentation is magic.
It is not like casting a spell action, but you're definitely casting magic.
So sleight of hand, that is going to be... First roll for sleight of hand is going to be a 21.
Okay.
Second roll is going to be a 29.
All right. So you manage to kind of like, while Braddock's schmoozing people up and you're investigating, you're like, bing, like you're finding spots to do it. But eventually you guys all coagulate for the mess hall. They're starting to light the lanterns, and the boar folk is serving everybody's food and says, "Oi!
invitation from the Marisels if you wish to have a little tour de manse before all the guests arrive. A little bit of an invite to the guard, as it were. Otherwise, give me your bowls after you're done. I don't want to clean up your shit out there.
He goes back to like chopping. Some people look around, they shuffle up, go to clean up.
Oh, I had to clarify. This is something that I told the rest of the group that I was going to do.
Okay.
So.
I also pass you the bird, too. The mechanical bird that we have that does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's like really big, and so like I don't know how we would set that up while being discreet about it.
Decorative thing. It's like, oh.
Yeah, how big is that?
Isn't it just like bird size? You know, birds.
But if it's a mechanical bird, I think it would stand out.
Could just be like a decorative.
When you said, I give you the bird, it was like, what? Why are you giving me...
I give you the bird.
Why are you giving me the bird?
Eventually, the Avarians come to get you. Crescinda aggressively knocking on your door, Talani. Mono! Mono! I have searched every nook and cranny of this place. Talani, do you have my brother, Mono?
I know where he is. I will send him out to you.
Do you have him?
Yeah, where would you like him to meet you for when he why am I doing this? Yeah, give us a moment. We will be right there. Where would you like us to meet you?
I'll be right out in the courtyard. I'll be right in the courtyard.
Okay, we will meet you in the courtyard.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Walks off.
Well, she sounded that.
She sounds extremely drunk.
Yeah.
Has she been just drunk ever since, the incident?
She's been coping. She's really used to having her psychic powers all the time. And then we just kind of ripped that from her.
Yeah.
She's working on it.
Okay.
She's working on it.
Is this something that we should do we need to have an intervention?
Not yet, but okay. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah.
But I should go. And he buttons himself up and straightens his hair and leaves the room. And you can see through your window, like, him and Crescinda are speaking, and she's, like, pointing to the mansion and, like, making hand gestures, and he's putting, like, his hands out. You see him walk through the door, come and knocks on your door again. He's like, "Hi, it's me."
Yes.
And he goes, Crescinda is, while drunk, is a little, she wants us. She wants the whatchamas.
Yeah, the whatchamacallits.
Could you grab them for me,
I
please?
I'll go meet you in the courtyard.
Yeah, yes, please, thank you.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Slap him in the butt as he walks away.
So scared.
Surprised me there. And he walks out just like the brightest, like the color of John's bag right there.
So weird because he's a drow.
I know. And he's like just standing like at attention next to Crescinda out the window. She's
I
like,
bet he
what
is.
are you doing? He's just like, loosens up. But, Mort, as you head back to your room, opening the door in your little suite area, the air feels heavier. Like, noticeably, like, 'cause the minute you walk in, it's almost like a shift change. Give me an insight.
Okay. I was gonna ask you, like, emotionally or like physically, like fog. Inside.
Julian left the humidifier on.
Inside 17.
Okay. You are just kind of like, whew. And then your eyes just get pulled to the small room that you share the suite with.
I walk over there.
You hear noises, and it looks like you can see somebody moving inside.
Have they identified that I'm here?
No, they're in this little tiny room right here. So there was nobody in here when you left, and when you came back, the room feels heavier, and you're drawn to the doorway of this room.
Okay, but you said I can see somebody in there? Is the door open, or?
No, you can see, like,
Oh, just
the light
shadows
inside. Yeah,
underneath the
shadows
door.
underneath the doorway.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna try to listen through the door and see what I hear.
Oh, a perception check.
Oh my god.
What, you sneaky boy?
Oh, you know me.
This happens before somebody knocks on your door.
Another nat one.
Talani knocks on your door at the same time.
As you do that, she knocks on the door, and you try to listen in, and the door opens on you, and you just pratfall at the feet of, I believe they're called moon elves.
Okay.
Just actually the color of John's bag. Almost with like a luminant shine to it. And they look down at you, and they go, "Can I help you?"
No. Mort stands up.
And they kind of move their like almost galaxy-colored eyes over to you, Talani, and they raise like an eyebrow, like, is this yours?"
Oh, Mort, I didn't realize that you had a different roommate.
No, this isn't my roommate. This is...
Orinalyn.
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 Sorry, did I get it right?
Orinalyn.
Orinalyn. I'm sorry, I have a very sick accent. It's hard for me to,
Yeah.
I
to
understand.
do the R's. Orinalyn
Dimbreaker.
Dimbreaker.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is... Tia.
And
I remember that I'm in disguise.
as you say that, Talani, you notice they almost seem to like across the floor to you and put their arm. You notice as they approach, they're about as tall as you, but they're not built like you or the captain we met previously.
They're like willowy.
They're tall and lithe.
It's rare as I meet someone as tall as me. Wow. Or nearly as tall as me. My
Feeling
goodness.
is mutual, dear. And they put their hand out. They still have a very firm grip.
Oh.
Pleasure. And Mortimer, was it?
I didn't say that, but yeah, wow. Incredible.
Give me a perception check.
Just more.
I didn't tell you my name.
16.
Okay. So as Talani like kind of picks you up, they make their way back to their room and they turn and go, "Apologies, I did just arrive. It can be so tiring dealing with being the private guard of the types at these parties. I do, however, appreciate that you are willing to share this suite with me, being one of the few rooms that was left. I hope it's not too much of a bother. I do promise I am a amicable and quiet roommate."
Oh, you seem that way. Let me know if you would like to play cards.
Perhaps.
He's so bad at cards.
That's not even true. That's the thing.
You would definitely win if you play cards against him.
Stop telling people that.
Oh my god.
Also, I shouldn't put it in the newsletter because I already did for 3 months in a row.
Everybody's been looking at me like they can make money off of me.
I mean, I have to report the truth.
You didn't. What's the truth here?
That's how bad it got.
There's a guy playing cards at a hotel that he's never been at before. How is that news?
He's so bad at it. That's the news. That's what I'm telling you.
That's not news. That's bullying.
I find it amazing that you always manage to find, like, you pull, like, the worst possible cards and the worst possible hands every single time.
Yeah.
It's a statistical anomaly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up, though. I'm right before my big break. I know it. I can feel it.
That's how addiction starts.
All right, I think we need to sign someone else up for intervention. Yeah. Anyway, so, Ribbelin, who are you guarding? Who is your patron or employer?
I have been asked to cover one Arsurabel Stormmane.
Asurabel Stormmane.
Yes, she's a dwarven lass from the northern reaches.
How do I know? Heard that.
She's the Stormmane seem to be connected to, I can't remember the name, the noble house. There's a dwarven noble house to the north that is in the document that I forgot to memorize. That you Serbia. But let me find that out real quick. Noble house, the 12 noble houses of Libra. Let me see. You're the Iron Hearts. The Stern Groves. They are the family of Ironthorn Maw. Which is, I believe, where the Burning Reef is. Oh, never mind. Those are the Hazel Flames. Stern Grove is slightly more east. It's kind of like straight north from where you guys are.
Okay. So, like, I have heard of them, but I might not have encountered them.
Asurabel is... You've heard the name Stormmane. This must be a younger person who you haven't met or has come kind of like into the social fold since you've split. But somebody connected to the whatever the fuck I just called them. To the north, the Stern Groves. The Stormmanes are cousins to the Stern Groves.
Stark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It was lucky for me. They seem almost amused by the word lucky. And they're like, that I too should have business in this area. And so I saw to it that I might as well get paid and make a little bit of extra coin and some free travel for all intents and purposes, instead of having to pay for a boat the entire way. But don't tell my boss that. They might get upset.
Listen, it's a shrewd business sense is not a crime.
And they pull their ear a little bit and they go, well, it seems like you two are off. It was wonderful to meet you. Mortimer and Tia.
Tia, pleasure. You have such a good handshake. I really like shaking your hand.
As well. And they pull their hand away. And Mort, with your 16 perception, you see right as they're turning, you notice that they're wearing earrings, and it just catches the light just right. You notice that the earrings are in an effigy of a skull with a snake.
Cool.
Through it.
Oh. Okay.
When they turn away, I give Mort a significant look.
What? Do you know what that earring was? Did you see the earring?
We'll talk about this later. Mort, why don't you go grab everyone you can find. We're going to meet in the courtyard.
Just like everyone in general.
In general, everyone from our group.
Okay.
God damn it, Mort!
I have to
Speak
clarify.
Gather around, everyone! Let me tell you a tale!
Just runs into the mess hall stand.
When I say everyone,
What's the car?
is this context? I mean, everyone from our group is going to. It just. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, just go to the courtyard. I will take care of this.
No, I can help.
Can you?
I'd like to.
Okay, fine. Come along.
Okay, they come along.
Okay. When we're out of what we're several doors down, it's like, so that was like. That was weird.
Yeah,
That was weird.
her earring was important.
What was about the earring? I didn't know it was the
Yeah,
earring.
that was Zabalba.
Oh, see.
My god, one of my
Zabalba.
gods.
Oh, it's
The second one. This was after the first leave.
yeah. Yeah, so this is it just sounds like you guys have a lot in common then.
Probably. I wish I had noticed that earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to talk to them more soon.
Yeah, a good thing you're sharing a suite. Do you think it is a little weird?
Oh, it's this. This is what the earring was.
Yeah. I see your brooch.
You have to look at it every time. It's staring you down every roll.
I see your brooch. So it was that. Is it? It would sure be an odd coincidence if that was if they just happened to share the room of the other devotee of Shabalba.
That is odd, yes. Which, I don't know. I'll have to, I guess, look into it more.
Yeah, we know that you're not a particularly lucky guy, so.
Okay. It's weird that we keep taking it there.
Julian's
I
like,
think I'm gonna go to the
no, he's
courtyard.
not. He's so bad. Thank you for publishing that, Talani.
Just throwing stuff at him. It's just absolutely preposterous. Like they had an apple core, really?
Just keep him away from tarot cards or the deck of many things.
Oh, yeah. This is just like what happened in Melatro.
All right. So you guys meet in the courtyard, and Lucinda says, "Okay, I am sober for the moment, but I do not want that to last for long. Pardon me. And they want to give us an early tour before everybody gets here, and I would just appreciate some moral support. Lordio is nowhere to be seen,
Uh-oh.
and Maldea is, I think she might even just have gone back to the boat. I don't know.
I could
Do we
find
know where
them if you
Samia
want.
is? Because they're probably together.
They might be, but
I wouldn't worry about it, honestly.
actually they're probably safest. But I was just kind of like some friends, and no offense to this guy, and she gestures over to Mono, but he's not the best conversation sometimes.
Talani would disagree with you on that.
Hard disagree, but I know what you're trying to say. What?
Different strokes for different folks.
It's you're fine, honey. You're great.
They're not conversing.
We'll talk about it later, or probably not.
But I figured this would also be helpful because they want to show us the main party area, which, since I heard that you two had been
Snooping.
asking around, schnooping, thank you, a little rusty on my Osnabrückian, that the main party hall was inaccessible before now. But it is open to us guests, and not all the guards are going to be even privy to this. But, you know, you did save mine and my siblings' life, so you guys want to schnoop some more?
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Alright, well, let's roll, bitches!
Oh, there was a person in Mort's room. I can't say their name. Not because it's cursed or anything, but I have a very hard time pronouncing it. So Mort is going to tell you what their name is.
Mort, you sly dog. You're already dating someone.
They
What?
weren't in my room. They were near my room. They were in the same suite.
Yeah, they were in the second room, the second bedroom in Mort's suite.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orinolin.
That was Orinolin. Yeah, I think... I don't know if they're a knight, but they seem to have some relation to Chivalba. So that's interesting that they happen to suite up with me.
Yeah.
Juicy.
And I told them that my name was Tia, like an idiot. So
Yeah,
I guess in
yeah.
public my name is Tia now. Rosette.
They also
Okay.
I don't want to be iron hot.
they also
Yeah.
called me Mortimer before I introduced myself as Mortimer.
So they almost definitely knows that my name is not Tia. Also, I definitely gave the bag away because I said I took way too long to say what my name is.
I'm guessing for some reason Zabalba probably has sent her to keep an
Tia's
eye
got a
on
name.
you.
I mean, not to keep an. What do you
It
mean keep an
means
eye on me?
Ant.
You can't do that. He's in me.
Okay. Well,
What?
what?
I know. What?
Poor
Sorry.
choice of words there. buddy.
I've been a little on edge.
Like
Well, okay.
spiritually?
Physically,
Mort, maybe we should talk about this later or never.
Okay, well, point is, she
Right.
obviously...
in the vault.
Point is, she obviously has some sort of interest in you.
Yeah, I will just we'll play it by ear.
Okay.
A moon elf, which isn't super common in these parts, or really much of any.
You're saying they, TJ, are they non-binary?
They are not.
Okay. They.
Okay, there. Got it.
Thanks for getting jump on that. As you guys are walking along, having this conversation, you eventually see that there's a small group of people. Everyone's kind of keeping themselves talking, not being like rude. They're just like, you know, in their little groups, and then you see the doors to the main mansion open, and out steps out. Have we all seen the movie Moulin Rouge?
Yes.
You haven't seen Moulin Rouge? There's a ringleader character.
I've seen
Huge.
music videos from Moulin Rouge.
Okay, so the ringleader guy, he's got like the big mustache, big rosy cheeks. He's got
Okay.
like the top hat. This gentleman's probably like 6'2", 320 when he walks out. A beard that looks like it could be a lion's mane. Just like a big
Ooh.
flow back of hair. It's like curled out almost comically and like little curls on the end. Big flowing house coat as he steps out. He's got a cigar in one hand and he goes, "My friends, I am so happy to see all of you here. Please, if you would, join us for the evening's tour de Mons." And he turns.
clenches his fist, and really resists the urge to cast silence.
Whenever Mort clenches his fist, I imagine it's the Arthur.
That's exactly what I
Same page.
As he walks back, Crescinda leans into you and goes, "That would be Lionel." And as a woman, tall, a literal like female version of your mother. If you're like, holy shit, it's
Female
wow,
version
it's-
of
Yeah,
her
like
mother,
like
what?
human version of my mother.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
yeah, sorry.
human
version of your mother. And she walks
Female.
forward
My,
like.
my mother is quite masculine by human standards. So
I'm sorry,
that's
but
fair.
like that a very chiseled, almost Catelyn Stark-esque, like,
Oh.
coming forward, just pronounced
Okay.
features, not in like an aggressive, like, whoa, wait, like, but very like a very beautiful woman, but very defined facial features as she comes forward, very dressed in like I don't know what the housecoat version for a woman is called.
House code.
Oh, it's still a housecoat?
Yeah.
Okay. And she comes forward and goes, "Yes, well, you heard. Lionel, please, let us go. Husband, please, wait for the party you insisted accompany us." And you hear from in the house, "Oh, yes, my dear, please, I shall wait here." And you just hear, like, clanging and cluttering, and she goes in and they goes, "And that would be Lunella," as the woman goes in the house. She is of a high, tight hair, but you can see that it's not like a bun. It is, I use Catelyn Stark for the features, but she doesn't look like Catelyn Stark. The hair isn't like bun, it's like a bunch of braids pulled up into a bun. She's got light brown skin, and you can see next to them is a younger girl, closer complexion to the mother, hair, braids, beads all at the bottom, dressed a little bit more, less like cozy, I'm an old person, it's nighttime, and more like I'm a young person, I'm still ready to kind of party for a little bit. But she turns and goes, yes, let's. Come on, everyone! And then out of your sight, because you guys have been lower and they've been up on the stairs, you can see what has been laying down at her feet rises to be up to her shoulder, just the biggest dog you've ever seen in your life, and they exit back into the mansion as well. The elf that you guys had met previously, I believe her name was Tamatrude. She is standing at the top of the stairs as well, and the maitre d', and claps her hands. Yes, let's! And all of the staff walk and start to up in, and the guests just all kind of start moving en masse. Talking amongst themselves, kind of getting excited, like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a few days, like, did you hear so-and-so isn't coming until tomorrow? Oh my gosh, I hear blankety-blank can't make it this year.
So just to clarify, we are getting a view of the main hall before...
You're getting a view of the main, where the whole party's gonna take place. Basically,
Okay.
You were able to walk through the entire mansion, and there was one wing where it was, like, blocked off, there were people standing there. But this is apparently, it's like the one place you were not really kind of able to get in, except for the private wings of people's rooms. But you were given tour of the grounds for all intents and purposes, except for this one part of the manse. Which now you see the gates are open. And let me just read you guys a brief description before Liz has to go. I will now tell you of the rooms in which it was held. There are 7 rooms. It's an imperial suite. In a lot of imperial suites, however, a lot of times they form a long, straight vista, and the folding doors will slide back to make the room longer. The case is different here. But Lionel can be eccentric. He might love the bizarre. These little compartments are kind of irregularly placed, so you can only see one at a time. There is a sharp turn every 20 or 30 yards, and at each turn, there's a little bit of an effect as you guys go from room to room. To the right and the left, in the middle of each wall of the rooms, there is a tall stained glass color whose varies according to whatever hue the room is decorated in. For example, blue. You'll be in a room, everything is blue, covered in blue. The windows are blue. The second room is purple. The third is green. The fourth, furnished with orange. The fifth, white. And the sixth, all in violet. The 7th apartment was shrouded in black velvet tapestries that hung all over the ceiling and down the floor. But in this chamber, the color of the windows does not match the color of the wall. The panes are deep scarlet, the color of blood. Now, you notice there is not a single lamp or light in any of these rooms. However, you notice outside of the windows, there are bright torches alight with magical flames that illuminate the room with the color of the stained glass to further intensify the hue. So when you walk through the blue room, you too are colored blue from the color being lit in from the windows. Each room, it's a complete basking of the color. It produces a bit of a gaudy but still fantastic appearance. But in the westernmost black chamber, the effect of the firelight, streamed upon the dark hangings, on blood-tinted panes, is ghastly and extreme. And it produces a wild look upon everybody who enters. It almost looks like it twists their face a little bit. And actually, there's a few people who refuse to enter that room. They're like, ooh, no, that's spooky. I don't want to do that. Also, in this room, you note, while the rest are all kind of partied up with couches and chairs and bullshit like that, there stood on the farthermost wall of this westernmost room, on the western wall, a gigantic black clock. And its pendulum swings back and forth in a dull, monotonous clang.
Okay, cool. Mono, can I talk to you for a second?
Are we
Mono,
gonna make out more here at the party? I feel it's a little aggressive. I don't.
I mean, not this very second. So the black room with the red windows, there's definitely going to be like some weird ritual shit going on. Yeah.
I mean, I just think that's normally where they go to do drugs, from what I remember.
Oh. Okay, I guess that also makes sense.
But I could be wrong. I mean, I guess I don't know if I've ever made it through the whole night, but I mean, Crescinda, you have, and she's like,
Yeah, Cassandra, come here. Mono's actually, he's wonderful. He's so great, but he's not going to be helpful here. So this black room.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. I think Crescinda reacts that way too.
Is there like, I haven't heard everything about, because this is the first time I'm here, but is this black room, there's gonna be like some weird like ritual shit going on, or like occult stuff happening? But what's the deal with this black room? Because I'm getting some weird vibes. What's this about?
Everybody gets some weird vibes about it. It's this whole setup. Lionel wanted it to be ostentatious, but his brother Prospero was the one who designed the room layout in his early architect days, perhaps about a decade or so ago. But,
Okay. Making bold choices.
Bold choices, yes. Lionel added a bit of the color flair for the party. I will admit.
So is this a setup for every year then?
No, I will say it is slightly different than I remember. They do try to add a flair. You know, they can afford to magically shift things around.
Yeah.
But this is a bit more gaudy than I'm used to. Usually it's not gaudy. I guess it's normally much more gaudy. Crystals, gold, a little more ostentatious. This is artistic. It has a little bit of a flair. Don't get me wrong, I mean, there's still, these are like Swarovski crystals everywhere, but it's not like an Italian princess wedding where there's, you know, everything's white and gold and marble and like Dionysus is beating grapes on a table or some bullshit that. It's very much like, it's the fanciest shit you've ever seen, but all whatever color each room is connected to. So, just very striking. Beautiful. Not like kitschy in any way, but very like, it's very striking. Crescinda's like, I know that Prospero had used this design in some of his other homes. I've seen them set the rooms up like this in previous years. We've been attending for some time, of course, but this is the color and the flair is a little bit new. Normally they just assemble them how they will per year and put things out, but I will say I like the change.
Yeah, you know, it looks amazing. It feels like there's a setup. I'm just getting like weird vibes.
Okay, I thought I'm just paranoid. I might be, but
Yeah. I mean, I am deeply traumatized by a lot of the shit I've experienced in the last year, but I'm getting same. Hug. No, sorry.
Illbrook girlies. No, it's fine.
Yeah, hugs. But there's keep your ears open. Keep your ears open. I think there might be some weird shit about to happen. Talani is so paranoid. What time is it? Oh, I need to leave. Okay.
I know. As you say that, and I'll leave you on this, Talani. Crescinda looks around. She goes, "Well, everyone's going to start socializing. If you don't want to deal with the hoity-toits, might I recommend you go and spend some time with some more enjoyable types. But do be careful, and while you have the time, if you're able to poke some questions, maybe ask if anybody knows any good ghost stories."
Ooh, smart.
And she says that, lifts up, turns around, grabs a drink out of another partygoer's hand, disappears into the crowd.
Misty stuff.
Yes! Yes!
She's a drunk bastard, but I do respect the hell out of her.
Do you know?
Maybe someday
Did you
I could
guys
find
know
that
the
out.
Avarians were supposed to carry you through to level 10 as the villains? By the way, Lordio was supposed to be your main villain up to level 12.
No,
Love it when we ruin a DM's plans.
listen, DJ.
I'd like to see a plan
You should have
of it.
known when. Oh yeah, this is my plan.
Mono was always supposed to be the good one. Mono was always supposed to be.
Goddamn right.
I remember like that from super early vibes. I remember
Yeah.
like, okay, well, there's the one good one.
Yeah. And then Chelani's like, I'm gonna fuck that.
And it was like, and then the minute that it happened was when I was Lordio for the first time, and just off the cuff, I happened to remember the bullshit names the two of you gave me.
Yeah.
And we both went,
Oh wow.
yeah, you're like, oh wow, he cares about his employees, and I was like, fuck! I was like, no! And then I was like, you know what? Malthea will hunt them down. And then Ceremia was like, yes, mommy, stab me.
TJ, you should have known that we get silly.
Yeah.
If you put me in a campaign, shit gets silly.
Oh my god. It was just like, I have a whole notebook, literally. And it was still like Reaper Sunny, like all that stuff that happens outside of Baelikar. The thing that was supposed to make you leave Baelikar was you chasing down the Atvarians. Like they were gonna tail it to Tabula, and they were gonna be like, you gotta chase them to Tabula. And then you were gonna beat Crescinda and Tabula at level 10, and Lordio was going to escape on one of his bullshit robot things, and he was gonna be like the Act 2 second half of the campaign opener. And after you guys like befriended them, I was like, alright. And they didn't even have to do with Veld. It was like, Veld was kind of like that secondary back burner thing that was like, ooh, there's a thing here, there's a thing here, but it was like those pesky Atvarians every time you turn, the Dr. Doom is here, but nope, it was like, you loved the little assholes, and that's when I was like, you know what, they're gonna be abused children and have tragic backstories, and everybody was like, oh, I get it now. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
we get it.
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling Asgard. What's their name? I'm sorry.
Atvarians.
If it wasn't for those meddling Atvarians and their machines.
Oh man, it's so and it ended up turning out to make the campaign so much better. I feel I've never had.
It's great to have really rich friends.
Honestly, it was one of those things where you guys were like, yeah.
And Talani isn't really rich anymore, so Talani has a lot of fucking money, but she doesn't have her parents' money anymore.
That's true. Yeah,
so
that's true.
she can't bankroll all you nerds.
Yeah, she has.
Cassidy
regular
does have a
wealth,
good amount of
generational
money from
wealth.
his business. Like, he's not rich, but he's like
Hi guys.
upper middle.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
So he's like probably upper middle class.
For the rest of the night, Talani is going to. She's acting like
Tia.
the Atvarian bodyguard.
Okay.
And she's gonna be, looking her posturing around, just like having the appearance of like, I'm just making sure everything here is fine and good for the people, for my employers.
And your
While-
full luchador costume.
No, I'm wearing. I have like normal clothes. Like I look
Uh-huh.
like a guard. I'm also wearing my disguise self hat.
Uh-huh.
But I have my my costume underneath.
And you
all
guys
those.
notice a lot of the guards, like they're privately hired, just look like adventurers, just like you
Yeah.
guys.
Uh-huh.
They're decked out. Somebody that they found, they offered money to.
Yeah.
Um,
She's not wearing anything ostentatious. She's just wearing. She looks like a guard.
Yeah.
She looks like a hired private.
somebody
guard
that
for
could
rich
probably
family.
kick your ass if you started something.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah,
And she's just gonna like hang around like and listening to conversations.
For sure.
for the party, Cassidy is going to use his shard of creation
books.
Of
Yeah.
course.
to become a nice party suit during the party.
Yeah.
And then while we are at the party, he is not using the Grave Ward armor. He's going to be using his Mystic armor, because if shit suddenly hits the fan, then he can just instantly pop on the armor, turn the Shard of Creation into a weapon or a shield, and like he's definitely like he could definitely like be ready for battle at a moment's notice. But yeah.
All right. I really have to pee. You guys talk about as your characters what you want your next game plan to be. It's starting to be about 9 o'clock or 8:30 at night. So dark, but not like there's still purple on the horizon.
Braddock and Cassidy are still have to head over to play cards with the guards.
Oh, you guys are playing cards? Can I join?
I don't know. I mean, only like the guards.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, if the guards are okay with it.
No, yeah, if they're cool. I like playing cards.
But are you good? That's the question.
Yeah, I think, like, yes.
You hesitated there for a second.
So, I always hesitate. That's just how I talk. You know that. Right?
All right, just
That's
be prepared to, as long as you're prepared to lose money. I mean,
I never lose at gambling.
says every addicted gambler ever.
Yeah, I heard he has a system.
You only lose when you quit. One of my friends posted his like a 2-paragraph long Happy Father's Day post. His dad left when he was like a baby.
Aww.
So he posted this 2-paragraph long Happy Father's Day post with a photo of an empty chair. I'm like,
Oh no!
so funny. Good lord.
I saw. I forget the name of this comedian, but there was a video I saw where the comedian was saying Father's Day is the worst holiday ever because it's on a list of ranked holidays in the U.S. Christmas is number 1, and then Mother's Day is number 2. Father's Day is number 20. He's like, I can't think of 18 other holidays that are celebrated in the U.S. that come before Father's.
Right.
Because it's
Arbor
Jesus.
Day.
Because it's Jesus, then your mama.
Yeah, love. Okay. So you guys are going to play cards?
Yeah, Mort wants to come along, and we'll have to see if the guards are okay with that because they did invite just me and Braddock. But if they're okay with it, why not?
All right. As you guys approach, you can hear you can see the lights on inside. You can hear all of them are just like singing songs, being rowdy, just a bunch of big voices coming from inside.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody leans off. You see a dwarven individual lean off. They see you guys and goes, "Hey, it's the boys! Come on in! Hey, these are those guys I was telling you about. Come on in, join the party. As Yumek, drunkenly kind of stumbles over to you, puts his arm around you guys, and goes, "Hey, and you brought a little Twinkie friend. What's his name?"
A twink? My name's Mort.
Mort, nice to meet you.
That's a bad handshake.
Terrible handshake. I'm sorry. I got the drunk fingers.
That's okay, me too.
You play cards? We're playing cards.
That's exclusively why I'm here. I have to break my losing streak tonight.
Oh, I love this guy. All right. So they're playing. There's people playing cards at every table. Drinking, talking, exchanging stories, arm wrestling. Someone starts to deal you in. Is anybody else going to play cards? Or are you guys just going to sit there and socialize?
I'll play.
Yeah, I'll play.
All right. And you guys are sitting there with 3 other guys, just playing poker. Start to deal in, and they go, "Hey, actually, wait, before you guys deal in, you all right? We do bet a little bit." And it's not a lot. It's like silver pieces. But everybody
you know, they're like, everybody antes up one. But you know, we do bet for money at this table if you want to join us.
I tug away my sack of gold, making sure I put my sack of gold in the bag of holding, and just to try to see if I could find a silver piece. Was like, I usually carry, because thinking to myself, I usually carry gold around all the time. Let me see if I got some silver in here.
All right.
But then
Yeah, you
I
got
pull
enough. Yeah.
I pull out silver pieces.
Yeah, you guys find enough to kitty up.
Lord has the money.
All right. And everybody throws into the pot. Starts to deal. You notice that the captain. What was your name?
The half orc captain.
Yeah, the half orc captain. Anyway, you notice that she is not playing. She's just sort of watching, drinking quietly in the corner, smiling, tapping her foot along to somebody playing a tune. But Yumik is right there at the table. He's the guy dealing. He goes, "So, you said you guys were here with who was it?"
Out of game, remind us. We came with the Advarians, right?
Yes.
We're here with the Advarian family.
Oh, the Bavarian guards. Everybody's like, hey, that Miss Crescinda, she's not too bad to look at, am I right? But don't tell her I said that. She'll crush my skull like a cantaloupe.
Yeah, she's kind of going through some stuff too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it though, because she might crush my skull.
Yeah, you know what, that's fair, Mac. What's up? You gonna be with me for the last bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Braddock and
Yeah.
Cassidy, was your friend here also curious about what you was asking about, or is that more of a private conversation?
I think he'd be interested to know, but I think he is legitimately here for cards.
All right, a man after my own heart. But
Yeah.
you know what? The best part about cards is we get the gossip.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a lot of gossip here. I just heard that they were playing cards.
Oh shit, that's all you do when you play cards. You just talk shit about what's going on.
Huh.
So I tell you what, we'll do a tit for tat. You guys tell me a story, I'll tell you a story.
Oh, where do we begin?
Tell me how all of yous met each other.
Well, I'll let these guys take that, because to be honest, I kind of joined the group a little later.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm the newest member of the group. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy introduced himself to us by saying hi to women.
Oh,
Long story.
The rest of us all met.
Yeah, I made a very bad first
as
impression.
soon as Braddock says that, everybody just at the table's like, oh! Like men, women, in between or outside of that, just loud soldier figures, just like they're risen you. Cassidy, they're like they're like this guy.
Yep, I definitely used to be that kind of guy. But yeah, point being, I did make a bad first impression to the rest of the group, but they were kind enough to treat me as one of their own, despite my shortcomings. So I've always been grateful for that.
One of the guards leans over to you, and she looks at you and goes, "Hey, my third wife punched this tooth out on our first date. Don't worry about it. Everybody makes a bad first impression." What about you two? And he looks.
Well, I've known Mort for a very long time. I'm actually married to kind of his aunt.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh, so we got a little bit of a family trip here.
It's just kind of us, and then everybody. We all met in the car.
Oh, the Silver Gateway.
Yeah. Circumstances and stuff, right?
Except
We just kind of fell into all of it, really.
except for me, I met all of these guys over at Braddock's hometown. They were having a casserole convention, or a CasCon, as they call it.
And you hear somebody from across go, CasCon! 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 Some people are like,
Yeah, I run a shop. In my hometown. Perhaps you've heard of it, Cassidy Morium's Wonder Emporium.
Never heard
No.
of it. No.
Yeah, it's a small business I started in my hometown.
You folded so quick.
Yeah.
You folded so fast. From, perhaps you've heard of. Yeah, well, it's a small business.
well,
I've tried to expand it, but yeah, but yeah, I started a small business. I was trying to sell stuff during that CasCon, and that's how I met these guys, and just decided to join their group, and we've been venturing ever since. It's been quite eventful.
I can tell you got quite a bit of a colorful group you walked in with.
Oh yeah.
All right, fair enough. Well, like I said, tit for tat.
and everybody starts to like 2, 1, put their cards in, they kitty up, and he takes another coin, looks you guys in the eye and goes, "So, your turn."
For playing cards or to tell stories?
Do you want to ask a question?
Oh,
Tell
okay.
a story. You're sitting on
What's
And what?
You're sitting on 2 pair.
Okay.
what kind of weird things happening around here? What kind of stories you got on that?
Well, I won't go spilling all the beans right away, but I can think of a few that I could share. I'll give you this one. There is supposedly some beasties that hide out in those woods back there. Every once in a while, somebody goes missing. We find some bones picked clean a few days later. A cat jumps on the table. Ruins the card game.
Or slams his fist.
The word has it that it's guarding something, protecting something out there that it don't want nobody to find. But ain't nobody who's going to try and find out the truth has ever come back. But I've heard rumors that there's some sort of family secret that was buried out there by the old master before the changing of the guard, as it were. But it's just a story, am I right, fellas? And everybody's like, yeah!
So, I have a quick question. So, when I do my knowledge ping, I don't think we've established, is there, something, is there some sort of magical aura, a visible magical aura or something that appears around me when I activate it? Or is it like something that, when I'm using it, can other people tell that I'm using some sort of magic, or is that not
I mean,
the
you just
case?
kind of have to touch the thing. You don't have to Doctor Strange, open up a magic circle or anything.
Okay.
Pretty much all the fragments are, when they use them, you can't tell that they're using them.
Okay. So then I'm just gonna use my thing. So when he mentions the rumors, I'm gonna do who is the most with the knowledge ping. I'm gonna do who is the most knowledgeable about these rumors.
It is
And it's at whoever the most knowledgeable within 60 feet.
it's the captain.
Okay.
Let me see. And he goes, all right. Back to me. And he looks to the rest of the guards. A dragonkin gentleman opens up. And he goes, you ever lose somebody out on the road?
No, can't say that I have.
Oh, I mean, Grillmore got killed like 3 times.
Yeah, that's true. Grailmore was a member of our party that was killed and revived multiple times before.
How'd it happen? Tell us. Share the story multiple times. I mean, come on. Only once, shame on me.
Well, from what I've heard the rest of the group say, he wandered off on his own and then got killed by some fish people, I think, was it?
Can't go wandering off around those fish people. They'll stick you.
I was actually in the old rock.
Gascon! Gascon!
Yeah. And then second time he got killed, it was like when we were in some sort of big battle, like it's something like could have happened to anyone, we brought him back. But then the third time he got
a meat grinder.
Yeah, he got dropped. He was paralyzed by a vampire, picked up by their giant pet bat, and then dropped into a meat grinder, and then completely.
Was not enough left for me to.
As you say that, one person at the table just goes, fold. And they just put their cards down. And they're like, I need a drink after that. And they get up.
Yeah, so needless to say, we've seen some crazy shit around here.
Well,
The noise it made was incredible.
I died too, actually, for a little bit.
No shit, what happened to you?
Oh gosh. Do you remember,
That's a good pen.
did you hear about the big gala in Osnabrück and, the giant fucking dragon thing that popped out of
You were there, and everybody everybody just kind of puts their cards
Oh
out.
yeah, we were there. We were right in the middle of it.
Yeah, it didn't step on me, but the depression that it left after it stepped, I fell into and died on impact.
And they're just like, their eyes are burst.
So,
And
but don't worry.
If you needed context for how big it was a fall long enough to kill me in its footstep.
and some people were like, I told you, like my cousin. Like, there's more people starting to crowd around the table now as you guys were telling that story. Word spreading throughout this little barracks that you guys were at.
Honestly, it makes it that much more impressive that Haku took it down with a headbutt.
You saw Tamahaku?
Yeah, no, we saw what's that group called? The
X-Toads?
Yes, we saw the X-Toads
Somebody
in
pulls up
action.
their arm. They have an X-Toads tattoo on their arm. They're like, oh my god, I'm from the Rainbow Islands.
Yeah. Yeah, we met the X-Toads. We saw them in action. It was incredible.
And at that point, we'll end on this as the captain comes and she sits down. And she goes, deal me in. That was a good one. So I'm going to tell you my best one. From what I heard, before I came here, I've been working for these folks about 20 years. But before I took the job, I was privy to some rumors when I came to visit now and then to see if me working for the Marisels was really going to work out. And they warned me about this place and the parties that they had and said they could hear screams at night coming from down beneath this place. And she looks out the window to the manse. Now, all these years, haven't found nothing. Turned this place upside down as much as I could without losing my job doing so. But can't find a secret doorway. Looked all over the cellar. No signs aside from the regular tragedies that happen during this damned huge party that they throw. But I've heard the screams myself. The moaning,
the cries for help. I don't know if it's real people or if it's ghosts that haunt this place. Some people think that if it is a ghost, it might be Miss Lenore herself. But she died at sea, right? Don't know why that her ghost would be haunted here, after all. Well. You know, don't worry about dealing me, and I'm actually getting kind of tired. I'm gonna turn in, but you all stay. Feel free to come talk to me in the morning. I'll make sure to take some time if you need to ask me any questions in the captain's guardhouse. You can see there's a small kind of one-room apartment, not apartment, but a small one-room house next to this main barracks. I make a pretty good cup of coffee, but I'm gonna burn the shit out of the bacon if you come to visit, so. But you're welcome before things start to turn up. But I'm gonna turn in. Hope you guys have a good night. She nods.
Yeah. And then before she leaves, and then I'm just gonna lead over here to say, before you go, a little gift, and I place my hand on her armor and I activate my boon to completely restore her armor because it's got like dents and scratches and everything. So I fully
You might
restore
want to ask before you do that.
What?
You might want to ask before you do that. I would assume that these are here as kind of battle scars.
Okay, so
I
then I
believe they would have the capability of getting it fixed on their own.
Okay.
They wanted to.
Okay, so instead I say, before you go, I couldn't help but notice that your armor seems
Your armor sucks.
Your armor looks like it's seen some crazy battles.
Yeah.
Would you like it to be repaired? Because that's something I can do. And I'm not talking about taking it into a shop and spending days repairing it. Like, I can do it instantly. If you want.
I appreciate that. Every scratch and dent here is a time that I was either ever to save a life or lost somebody out in the field, so I keep them as reminders. But I appreciate that.
Just wipes that away.
I just give Cassidy a look.
But I'll tell you what, there might be some, if you're up for party tricks like that, there might be some people you can definitely impress that are going to be showing up in these next few days with stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you've got a broken equipment or weapons that.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got a whole shed full of that shit. If you want to have a look at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit! Hey, Greg! And some just like old dude, just like red from drunkenness, comes over, suit of armor half on, and he's like, "Oh, what happened?" And they tell you what you said. He goes, "You're shitting me. Fuck you for telling me this."
Oh, don't believe me? Bring me something broken.
Okay, buddy. And he goes and he literally grabs a spear off the wall, snaps it. Both Umik and the captain are like, whoa! And he's like, what? He says you can do it, fix it.
Yeah, watch this, buddy. I touch it and then it instantly repairs itself.
Oh shit.
Is that a resource?
That's my class, my mechanist
I was gonna
thing.
say, I feel like that's just the mending cantrip.
No, that's my heroic boon as a mechanist.
No, I know, but that specifically, I can fix that.
Well, so it would be a mending cantrip.
I think so.
Okay, well, then if a mending cantrip is all that it takes to mend a broken spear, then. But I can, so I do.
It's not a magic spear, yeah. If it's just a wood thing,
Yeah.
There is some stuff that you've noticed that is broken that is magical.
Okay.
Might be able to fix that.
Yeah, so I can fix it.
You can fix anything there, Cassidy?
Yeah, some faster than others, but yeah.
Alright. Fix your relationship with your son.
Oh. Dang, everybody at the
That
table
is a work in progress.
Oh! All right. We are going to end on that. You guys will pick up waking up the next morning. Or no, we'll pick up with you guys leaving this evening. Everyone.
We just have blackout, wake up. Oh, dang, that was a night.
Yeah. We will pick up with you guys arriving back at the.
Ow.
Sorry, you've got hair tied up in yourself. Arriving back at your little area. Until then, happy Father's Day. I'll see you guys. What you get in your hair? We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right, little one.
I want to see a tuck for my hair.
Okay. That won't